Hey, I'm Adam.
I'm Bryan.
Back with another episode of Buds and Suds.
So we're into spring, but we're still on stouts. We've got a whole backlog of stouts to get through, but this one is supposed to be phenomenal. Big Bad Baptist. This is release number 46. Apparently they number the releases and each one gets a different rating. And this one's a really good rating at 4.4 on Untapped. It is 11.4 alcohol by volume. And I'm really interested to try it. I think it's with cocoa nibs and cocoa nibs, coffee added, and of course aged in whiskey barrels. It doesn't say what kind of whiskey barrels, but I can smell it from here. It's going to be good.
Yeah. Right. So I was just noting before we turned the camera on, this had this just nice tan brown head with these beautiful bubbles that were reflecting the light, and just a pitch black beer. And
ooh, look at that.
It holds the glass.
It does. That's going to be pretty thick.
Look at that. That looks beautiful.
I wonder if it must be higher carbonated than the bombs we've had, because there's a lot more bubbles. But anyway, all right, let's get it. It smells like whiskey barrel aged stout.
But coffee, I mean,
I do get some coffee.
Yeah, that's that nice coffee espresso aroma there.
Do you get the peppery espresso nose?
Yeah, I do. I get a little bit of pepperiness.
I get just a tiny bit.
Really?
I mean, I get some coffee, but
that actually stands out to me.
Man.
Yeah. That's actually, I mean, I get that actually first, and then the bourbon barrel vanilla behind that. But again, I think it's just different for different people. Yeah. But
I get some vanilla. I get the whiskey barrel nose. It doesn't smell boozy though to me.
No.
All right, no sniffing. Let's do it.
Cheers.
Ooh, that's roasty.
That's big and roasty. Nice silky mouthfeel.
It does have a good mouthfeel.
I get the coffee there. I don't get as much of that pepper espresso flavor. I don't get that. What I was getting on the nose, even it doesn't translate to the flavor for me.
I definitely get big coffee flavor, but like you said, not the peppery espresso. So it's probably cold brewed coffee if I were betting, but it doesn't really change. You know, sometimes the mouthfeel is thinner with coffee, and it doesn't really taste that much thinner. It tastes fairly silky and smooth.
But I like this. I mean, you said roasty, and it is roasty, but it doesn't have a big, bitter, roasty.
It's not, right.
Back. It actually finishes very smooth and balanced, and almost kind of, I mean, it's not sweet, but sweeter a finish than I would have expected for the amount of roastiness on the front end. I really like that flavor. I mean, for a coffee stout, I really enjoy that flavor, to have that nice balanced finish that doesn't kind of have this, it doesn't have a huge roasty kick at the end. I really like that.
I don't get a big boozy flavor though. I thought with being aged in whiskey barrels it'd be big boozy, because that's what most of them are that we've tried. But I have to admit, it's kind of a nice change. It is, and I've said it with the barrel aged bomb. This has this nice smoothness to it, a nice kind of smooth vanilla whiskey. It's a nice mouthfeel, a nice smooth. I don't what else to say. Balanced. I think it's from the whiskey barrels. It's very pleasant on this beer. I really like that. I could drink a lot of this. Yeah, for a coffee stout, I mean, I agree. It's really good. You have to know what you're rating, and I mean, if you were just rating this as a barrel aged stout, I think you'd rate it kind of low, because you don't get as much of a barrel age, you don't get as much of the boozy aroma or boozy flavor, but you do get a lot of coffee, and the coffee is very well blended, well done. Very well done. That's what I was going to say. For a coffee stout, I think it's really good. I agree 100% with what you said. If I wanted a coffee stout, this would be what I would go after. And I know this is a barrel age, so it gives it that extra level of so that bourbon, oak, vanilla quality. My gosh, this is really good. Like I've had this once before. I remember being very impressed by it. It was very early on when I was just first starting craft beer, and I think for me, there's just nothing that stands out bad about this. I mean, when I say bad, it's just an overwhelming
flavor. So this is just balanced. It's so well balanced, but yet you know it's a coffee stout. You know it's a bourbon barrel aged stout or whiskey barrel aged stout, and so it's a great beer for that style. I really enjoy this. What are you going to rate it?
I'm going to give it a 4 or 5. I couldn't go above that, I don't think, which is a slight above the rating from what it is on Untappd, but I'm okay with that. 4 or 5, I think, is a good solid rating for a very solid coffee stout.
Mm-hmm. I agree. 4 or 5. This is a beer that next time I see this in the shop, I'll buy it. This isn't distributed locally for us, but it's not that hard to get. And so when I was on vacation last year, I picked up a couple bottles. Was this one of those bottles, or did you get more of it?
Yeah. No, this was yours that you gave to me. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. But yeah, so it's not like super hard to get, and I'll probably go back and get some more now that I really appreciate this beer, and it's really good. So 4 or 5 for me as well.
Just comparing this to the bombs that we just had, I think the mouthfeel is a little thinner, but you expect that from a coffee stout. That's the only thing that I would say is negative, but I mean, you kind of expect that. Yeah,
it's a little thinner, not as, at least from the barrel aged bomb, not as sweet, and then from the pirate bomb, not as boozy. It doesn't have that kick, so it definitely differs. I mean, even though it's different styles, I would agree. I mean, this is a step down, just a slight step down. This is a step down though, but it is a wonderful beer. And this you can get. I mean, Pirate Bomb goes off the shelves, at least in this area, unreal fast. So I really enjoy this, and I will drink more of this.
Well, what do you think about this flavor of coffee versus the espresso peppery that you get from like the Bourbon County coffee? What do you think? Do you like that better? Do you like it?
I think I like it better, and I think this has a hint. The more I drink it, has a hint of it. But yeah, I think I enjoy that nice peppery coffee flavor even more. Maybe that might bump it up if it had like a big, robust peppery note. That could definitely bump it up to 4.75, and you make it a little sweeter and add the mouthfeel. You could talk about top tier beer, but
add a little vanilla to this and that espresso peppery, and it would definitely bump it up.
Yeah. But again, for what it is, I mean, it's a great beer.
It is. It's a good coffee stout. Really good. I think 4 or 5 is a reasonable score for this.
Yeah, and we live in the Bible Belt, so Big Bad Baptist, boom.
That's right.
Anything else?
No.
As always, if you can't have the beer you love the beer you have. Thanks.